practice more.
Who said that?
It was his decision, wasn't it?
As if I didn't have enough problems.
So you're the fellow who fought his way into camp, huh?
His decision.
That got around fast.
Franco was a tough nut. No one messed with him.
Guy.
No one. Except you.
Same
Just to
old
make it
thing
clear,
all over again.
if you try the same shit with me,
I won't be treated like that.
I'll kill you.
Same old thing all over
I want to
again.
get into the mine.
Of course you do. Then you're in the right place with me. Because everyone who digs in the mine gets to keep a hefty share of the gold. And I hand out the red stones you need so that Thoris will let you in.
I'm staying out of it.
Give me one of those red
You
stones.
really think?
Okay, but they aren't free. Normally I demand a share of the gold the boys get for digging. How much do you know about mining gold, huh? Well, you probably learned a few tricks, right? If I give you a red stone, it won't be because you're such a great digger.
He should have known.
No. I have another job for you.
He really should have known better.
He was
What sort of job?
One of the bandits planned to kill me,
Things
but
would have turned out
instead,
differently if it
my
hadn't been
guards
for us.
killed him.
He was hot for your job, huh?
He was an idiot. A thug
That
without a
was no big
brain.
deal.
He never would have got the idea to attack me on his
Better
own.
watch out who you
Nah.
want.
He was only fulfilling a contract.
That will never
Someone
change.
else sent him.
So, I'm supposed to find out who was behind it.
Whoever sent me this assassin will pay for it.
He thinks it's
Find
as
him.
easy as that.
And I'll let you into the mine.
Senyan sent me to you about this business.
Senyan? He also works for
He
me.
thinks it's as easy
I
as
told him he should keep his eyes open.
He should have known better.
How should I go about it?
Everyone here in the camp knows about
that.
it.
He wants to know.
So you're playing with all your cards on the table, huh?
That's
Try to
totally
find out
obvious.
who's on my side and who isn't. And don't let the boys make a fool of you.
Happen sooner
Talk
or
to
later.
Snaff. That fat cook picks up a
You
lot.
already know what I think.
I need better armor.
Why? You already have some.
Nobody ever asks.
That's good enough for you now. If you complete your assignment,
That will never
we'll talk
change.
about it again.
That's exactly what I said.
The things I could tell you.
As if I didn't have enough.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Listen, I don't want anything to do with that business, got it? I have my own worries. I'm a victim myself.
In what way?
I paid a lot of gold for my last delivery, but it never came. Some swine made off with it. I've been robbed, probably by some of our own people.
What sort of delivery?
A packet of lockpicks. Someone was supposed to get them from the pirates for me, but a guy named Juan snatched it away from me, including the gold that I paid for it. That bastard is hiding somewhere in the swamp.
Better watch out.
I have your package.
Indeed. What about Juan?
He's dead.
Good. Then he can't cause me any more trouble. As far as you are concerned, I have a pretty good relationship with Juno. I'll see to it that you get your armor cheap from now on. Also, I'll give you one of my weapons. One hand washes the other. That hasn't changed since back then.
Juan worked for Esteban.
What?
Don't play games with me. You knew about it.
Fine, you're right. But I hope you also realize why I didn't tell you about it. Everyone in the camp knows you work for Esteban. I don't have any desire to get dragged into this business just because you're hot for a red stone.
I'm not really working for Esteban.
So, you want to pull the wool over the old swine's eyes? Then I'll give you some good advice. Keep it to yourself. When it comes to Esteban, trust no one. Not even me. Got it? Now enough about that. We don't want to be overheard.
Show me your wares.
He wants to know.
Anything's possible.
Can't rely on that.
Anything's possible.
secret.
That's exactly what I said. Anything's possible.
That's no secret. That isn't true.
Nobody ever asks me.
Things would have turned out differently if it hadn't been for us.
That's nothing.
Do you deal in smithy equipment?
Huno has steel. I only have a few lumps of ore, but I won't give that up. It's the only thing I have of value.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Do you work for Huno?
I wanted to make up a bit of gold and took up with Huno. But since then, Esteban hasn't given me anything at all. He said he can't use me anymore. What else can I do but continue to slave away for Huno?
Somebody wants to know.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing, man. I didn't have anything to do with it. What do you want from me?
Everything else all right with you?
I just want to do my job, man.
Tell me that isn't true.
Hey,
I don't like you. You tell me.
show me what you have.
Please, I can tell you. You don't have to tell
It
me.
looks like you're a master of your craft.
I've heard that before. Did you bring the steel?
Steel? No, I think you're confusing me with...
Somehow you seem familiar. Do we know each other from somewhere?
I've got no time for things like that.
Sure, from the old camp.
The old camp, right. You're that curious guy. I thought you was dead.
Yes, everybody thinks that. Who else survived?
A few. Some fled with Raven like I did. For a lot of others, the old camp became a grave.
I wouldn't have done
Tell me about your escape.
Chaos broke out the day the barrier fell. Some hid, others fled, and there was a plundering everywhere.
What did you do?
I was about to leave the camp when it turned bright very suddenly, and a scorching pain ate through my skin. I'd been struck by damn lightning. It feels like I can still hear it. Later, someone told me that Taurus found me and took me with him.
I need better armor. Fisk said you'd give me a good price.
Fisk, you say? Well, I'd still owe him a favor.
I'm staying out of it.
You don't have to ask me.
About the attack on Esteban.
What do you want from me?
I'm looking for the person behind the attack.
And why are you coming to me about that?
I thought you might know something about that business.
I don't know anything.
It can't go on like this forever.
Show me what you have.
That's exactly what I said.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's exactly what I said.
Hey,
You really should have known better.
show...
As if I didn't have enough.
That will never change.
It can't go on like this forever.
There's more, believe me.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yes?
Do you have any idea who was behind it?
Sure. Let me tell you. I bet that Emilio is behind this. He always ran to the mine like a crazy man. He dug as much as he could. But since the attack, he's been sitting on his bench, not budging an inch. It's obvious. To get into the mine, he has to have a red stone from Esteban. I bet he doesn't dare look him in the eye.
What would Emilio get out of Esteban's death?
What do I know? Maybe he has a pal in the mine who would take over Esteban's place then. Yeah, that would make sense.
I've got to go. Hey! About the attack on Esteban.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
Why do you want to know?
I want to talk to the guy.
So? And what do you want from him?
I want to bump off Esteban, and I'm looking for an ally.
Oh, I won't have anything to do with that.
NotR told me a bit about you.
NotR? That guy's an idiot. You must have noticed.
He said you haven't been in the mine since the attack happened.
I don't know anything. You are working together with that Senyan. You're in cahoots with Esteban. I heard exactly what you were blabbing about. Up to now, Esteban hasn't given a damn about us. Why should I trust his people? Leave me alone.
Hey, you! I've talked to Esteban.
And did he tell you about the attack?
He ordered me to find out who sent the assassin. Do you know anything about that?
No more than you do. I'm also on the hunt for the guy behind it. And now we come to the interesting part.
Let's hear it.
I want you to do your job well. I want you to find the traitor, and when you have found him, I want you to kill him for me. Then I will pocket the reward. I have your wanted poster. Don't forget that. Do your job and do it well. You can figure out what will happen otherwise.
Forget it.
Then what do I still need you for, you bum?
Hey, people! Look who we have here!
Yeah! Let him have it! Tell me, why did Senyan yell, "Look who we have here"?
Unpaid debts. Do you have a problem with that?
No, man. I don't have a problem with it. Quite the opposite. The bastard worked for Esteban.
Help me find out who was behind the attack.
No! I don't want anything to do with it.
If an idiot like NotR notices that you're behaving oddly, it won't take long before Esteban finds out too.
Shit. I'll tell you one name. Nothing more.
I'm listening.
Huno. Go to Huno. He must know something about this business.
What do you have against Esteban?
All that swine thinks about is money. Every few days, one of us gets eaten by a crawler. But Esteban just won't send any fighters into the mine. And why? Those guys belong to Raven's bodyguards, and Esteban is scared shitless to tell them. He'd rather let us get killed.
Hey, you!
What I said.
I've heard a few things about you.
So?
Emilio spat out your name. You definitely know something about the attack.
You've been having a chat with old Emilio, eh? Maybe I should also have a word with him. I'm sure that afterwards, he'll say the exact opposite. Now listen, you move your ass out of here before I forget myself.
Hey!
He was falling down.
I couldn't care less.
Better to watch out.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Nothing at all.
What do you know about the attack?
The thing with Esteban? You know how it is. The barkeeper hears everything, but never takes sides.
If you were in my place, what would you do?
I would think about what I know about the guy behind it. First, it was probably one of the bandits. That means he's here in the camp. Second, that he's here in the camp means that he is watching you. Third, as long as he thinks that you're on Esteban's side, he'll never reveal himself to you. So, the interesting question is, what are your chances of finding your man?
What are my chances of finding my man?
You bumped off one of Esteban's people. The man you're looking for will believe you're on his side. But he won't just reveal himself to you. You'll have to find out more.
Thanks.
Hey, I didn't tell you anything you didn't already know. Got it?
What do people here think of Esteban?
You'll have to be a bit more precise.
What do you think of Esteban?
Whoever talks about him is soon dead.
About the attack again.
Just leave me alone with that crap.
I've got to go.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Huno is suspected of having something to do with the attack.
I don't know anything about it.
They all ran like rabbits. I was completely
But you work for Huno, so you do know something.
I know nothing. Honest, I have to go now.
I couldn't care less.
I've heard a few things about you.
Again? It had better be something important this time.
Emilio spat out your name. You definitely know something about the attack.
You've been having a chat with old... Maybe I should also... Now listen, you move your...
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
That was no big deal.
Anything's possible.
There's more, believe me.
Show me your wares.
His decision was... I've got no time for things like that.
Anything's possible.
I used to say that myself.
That's exactly what I said.
He simply needs to practice more.
Hey!
Hey, you!
Hey, are you the new guy who knocked down Franco?
He simply needs to practice.
Yes, why?
Because now I have to take over his job. You did a great job. Thanks a lot.
It had to happen sooner or later.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
After the attacker was dead, Torres assigned me to get a new man for the camp. And Franco sent a new guy. Hey, I just do what Torres tells me. I don't know anything about the attack itself.
You know about duty.
And what's it like leading the hunters?
Leave me alone.
It had to happen sooner or later.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
I couldn't get away with that.
I've got to go.
I'm staying out of it.
That's nothing new.
That's no secret.
About the assignment.
Listen, I have other things I have to take care of. Come back when you've found out who the guy is.
Same old thing all over again.
He was falling down drunk.
I couldn't get away with that.
You know the rule. No one goes into the mine without a redstone tablet.
Forget the mine. I have to see Raven.
Even then, we have rules here, and they apply to everyone, even to you. Go back. If you try to enter the upper square without permission, the other guards will kill you.
Watch out.
Those are the rules. If you have a problem with that, go talk to Esteban. He's responsible for the
Why
camp.
haven't I heard about this before?
He thinks it's as easy as that.
I won't be treated like that.
There's more.
That will cause more trouble.
What do people here think of Esteban?
You'll have to be a bit more precise.
What about Finn?
A good digger. He has a nose for gold. Esteban favors him because of it. I think he's in pretty good standing with him.
What does NotR think about Esteban?
As far as I can tell, NotR doesn't think at all.
Emilio, what does he think about Esteban?
I don't think he'll bring any flowers to Esteban's grave, if you know what I mean.
What about Fisk?
Fisk is Fisk. He pays his share to Esteban and distributes the goods he mostly gets from the pirates. I don't think he really cares about Esteban.
What does Huno think of Esteban?
Ah, Huno. I know almost nothing about him.
What about Paul?
I don't think he particularly likes Esteban. Since he's been working for Huno, he'll never get into the mine.
What are my chances?
You bumped off one of Esteban's squad, he won't just return.
I knew that.
Exactly.
He simply needs to practice more.
He was falling down drunk.
What does he know about duty? You really should have known better.
Hey!
Who said that?
Do you know what Esteban will do to you when he finds out you're covering for Juno?
Man, leave me alone. I don't have anything to do with that business.
Wait a minute.
That isn't true.
Tell me what you know now, or I'll slam you into the wall, Paul.
You can't rough me up just because you work for the boss.
I can.
Cut the crap.
Paul.
All I know is that Juno has a bone to pick with Esteban. He's constantly going on at me about that Esteban, that he screwed up business for him and so on. I only listened and never said anything.
Exactly. You see, that wasn't so bad.
There's more, believe me.
Hey!
I've heard a few things about you.
Again? It had better be something important this time.
Paul said you hate Esteban.
So, did he? What else?
Emilio spat out your name. You definitely know something about the attack.
You've been having a chat with old Emilio, eh?
And he isn't the only one who suspects you.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
I want to join forces with the assassin.
Against Esteban, really? Then prove it. I've been waiting for too long for a delivery of steel from the pirates. I suspect that Esteban captured it in order to sell it to me later at a higher price. Of course, he won't do that himself. A couple of bandits in the swamp are on his payroll.
How do you know that?
Drunken bandits talk too much.
Does this talkative bandit have a name?
His name is none of your business, but the guy you're looking for is called Juan. Anyway, I haven't seen him in the camp for a long time. You'll have to look for him in the swamp.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Good. We'll see if you can be trusted.
Hey, you!
I have the steel.
And? Was Juan there too?
He was.
I knew it. That rat Esteban was behind it.
Now, what about our agreement?
The man you want to talk to is waiting for you in the bar. Talk to the barkeeper.
That isn't true.
Juno sent me.
Looks like you found your man. Go on up to the next floor. Someone's waiting for you.
So you were behind the attack.
Yes, Esteban is in the way of my business. He won't let any of the bandits who work for me into the mine. He's making sure that everyone works for him, and only for him. That way, he can pocket a percentage of every deal and control the whole camp.
What are you planning?
We'll get Esteban out of the way. That means you will kill him and take his place.
As long as his bodyguards are with him, I don't have a chance.
Then, we'll have to get them to leave by telling the truth.
What truth?
You have done your job. You know that I was behind the attack. Tell Esteban, and he'll send his boys to kill me. I'll expect them here. When they're gone, you can deal with the bastard, and I'll take care of the guards.
He simply needs to practice more.
They all ran like rabbits. I was completely alone.
About the assignment.
Listen, I have other things I have to take care of.
I thought you might be interested in knowing who was behind the attack.
Who is it? Tell me his name so my guards can wring his neck.
The traitor Fisk is behind it. At the moment, he's sitting in the bar unsuspecting and drinking.
Ha! Well done, kid. My guards will take care of him. You heard him, boys. Go get Fisk.
That was no big deal.
And what happens next?
What happens next? I'll tell you what happens. Fisk will die a painful death, and everyone in the camp will find out about it. That'll be a warning to all of them.
Do I get a red stone now?
Yeah, you did your job well. Someone like you has no business in the mine. I can use you much better out here. You'll stay in the camp and continue working for me.
You have to feel sorry.
Are you trying to play me for a fool? There was never a question of me working for you.
It isn't everyone who gets an offer like this, but if you don't want it, you're free to leave the camp.
How about if you keep your word and give me a red stone?
Hey, one more word. My guards will have to hurt you too.
What guards?
What? Oh, I see. You're trying to pull a fast one. Just you wait.
I couldn't get away with that.
You really think? And now? What you waiting for? Don't take any crap! Holy shit! Attaboy!
Give it your all!
Show him who's boss!
Give it your all!
What you waiting for? Don't take... Attaboy!
Watch out!
What you waiting? Don't take any crap! Holy shit! Don't take... shit! Show him who's boss! Attaboy! Don't take any crap! What you waiting for? Don't take any crap! Attaboy! 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 What you... Attaboy! What you waiting for? Those are all just rumors.
I'm staying out of it.
Hey!
Esteban is finished.
I've waited for this for a long time. I think you've got things to do now, and I need to go back to my business. So, if you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Wait a minute.
Exactly what I said.
I couldn't get away with that.
Hey!
Why haven't I heard about this before?
And there's more, believe me.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
I'm staying out of it.
It's a...
I couldn't care less.